Hi dancers, it's Keti. Hi to all my belly dance friends around the world and our A to Z students. I'm just shooting this little video from home. I've just dropped my daughter off at school and I was thinking in the car about technique because recently I've had a few people asking me about technique. And this is just my personal belief that belly dancing is not about technique. I actually think that belly dancing is stifled by technique because belly dancing is about energy flow. It always has been. And as we know, the name belly dancing is wrong anyway. It's just a bit of a misleading name. The dance that we are doing is an age-old, ancient dance, primarily feminine, that really works with natural energy and flow through the body. Now, belly dancing does create these gorgeous shapes, but those shapes are actually conduits for energy flow. So belly dancing is not about technique. It's always been about the flow of energy. What technique tends to do, or an over-focus on technique, is it tends to stifle our natural somatic or internal impulses so that we're aiming for a finished result. It's very muscular driven. It's very much about placement of weight and muscles and this more external sensing around us of shape. Whereas the belly dancing that I've experienced in all those years living in Egypt, I spent most of my adult life in Egypt, and the belly dancing that I experienced with the women of Egypt, not particularly the performers, but the women who are incredible dancers. Actually, in my opinion, some of them are actually more talented dancers, either, let's say, technically or feeling wise, than some performers. There's a great deal of depth there, particularly with some of the senior women. So when I watch these women dance, I can feel that there's this beautiful flow of energy going through their body. And as someone watching, so in that case, I would be the audience of their audience, I'm feeling a lot of feelings that they are feeling. They take me on a journey that's all about this deep internal sensing and this absolute resonance with the music, resonance with the lyrics, feeling, passion. And that flows through the body. And the shapes they're making are not technically driven. Like a figure of eight is not all about, okay, we have to draw this shape and we have to make it perfect and we have to isolate this and that. It's about using the eight as a conduit for a flowing energy or a deep kind of sensual ringing energy, or it might be a soft waving energy that's like a lot more levity rich, like it's more in the upper body, or it could be really grounded, like down in the feet, down in the pelvic bowl. So I believe that belly dancing can be stifled by an overemphasis with technique. Some technique's great because it helps us to assemble our movements. A to Z, by the way, is not technique based. A to Z is about pathways, energetic flow through the body by giving you a ton of different pathways that are musically and culturally resonant. These are basically patterns that occur in belly dancing, primarily the Egyptian style belly dancing, but can easily be transferred to other styles. These are patterns that occur because of the music, because of this time-honoured cultural adaptation to expressing music and lyrics. So when you find rhythm, music, and a lyrical attitude, you will find a certain kind of temperament that flows through the body. And that temperament is about energy flow. It's not about technique. You cannot create temperament through technique. You can act, and acting is faking it. So if you want to fake it, you can fake it. There are dancers who fake it really well. But if you really want to feel it, forget the acting, forget applying all of this extra energy into your movement and stuff like that. It's all about, where does the energy come from inside? Where is it flowing? Now, an overemphasis with technique will make you very controlled in your movement. As we know, control blocks natural energy flow. So that's why we see a lot of movements, especially like on TikTok and Instagram. A lot of these dancers, people have told me, start to all look the same. It's like this mandatory, accenting, then a shimmy, and then some arm paddling, then a hair flick, and then the bottom goes out with a shimmy. This is some choreography that has been adapted hundreds, maybe thousands of times, and it's technically driven, and hence we get this feeling that, gee, all these dancers look like they're doing the same dance, just in different bodies and different costumes, because we are not seeing their individuality. Now, in the days of old in Egypt, even now really, we see a lot of dancers, they come with something new and different. And, in the, let's say, 40s to 80s, 90s, that was really important, that every dancer brought something of her own energy into the art, something that was completely unique and different. She wasn't dancing like anyone else. That's very important in the Arabic culture. However, in the Western culture, it's opposite. It flipped on its head. It's like girls try to dance like this dancer. Oh, in the 90s and early 2000s, they tried to dance like Dina. Now they're trying to dance like Randa, or they're trying to dance like Tito, or, one of the male choreographers. So when you're trying to dance like someone, again, that is going to block your energy. You need to dance like yourself. Now, who are you? So what you need to do is find what the music does to your body by allowing yourself to flow through those natural shapes of belly dancing that are conduits for energetic flow. So a figure eight is a conduit for energetic flow. It's not a stifled perfect number eight. It's just a flow of energy, a weight shift, sensual flowing. An accent is staccato, and it's a dramatic weight shift from right to left. But you don't have to do the accent the way everybody else is doing it. Feel what that rouses in your body and allow yourself to feel these impulses from within, and then release it. Your hands, your face, your body, your expression may be completely different from someone else or from a choreography that you've learnt. You can definitely learn from choreographies. They're structurally sound pieces of work normally. So from a choreography, you can extrapolate the movements that work with your body. From choreographies, I like to personally extract pathways. So if that pathway is feeling right for my body, then I'll take it from a choreography that I've learnt and adapt it, or allow it to flow in a way that is more comfortable for my body. So I really hope this hasn't confused you or made you feel worse about technique, because technique has some pull in the dance world, particularly today. We have a lot of different styles and specific sort of choreographies to follow. But what I am saying is, be careful that technique doesn't stifle your dancing, because belly dancing is not about technique. It's about energy flowing through the body.